And like we kept escalating like what we were up to. Like I remember one night we stole a shopping cart from like the local grocery store, and I had it in the back of. They got plenty, and I had it in the back of the truck. And we're driving down the road, going about 45, 50, and I'm like, "You drive," because he didn't want to do the thing. And so he drives the truck, and I crawl out the window in the back. You know, like it's a single cab F-150. So there's a sliding window between the driver and the passenger, like at head level. I crawl out that into the rear of the truck while we're driving down the road. And I muscle the shopping cart up over my head going like 40. And I hunk that at a mailbox. And I just remember the sparks and the shit exploding everywhere. Like when you're going 40 miles per hour and you throw something that weighs 40 or 50 pounds, it just has so much energy. It's shocking the amount of destruction you could do with it. And then like we just went up from there. We would go out in those Lake Hartwell, like lake communities where a lot of the houses are vacation properties, so nobody's at home. And I remember they would have the mailboxes for like 30 houses would all be together at the entrance to the road. So you wouldn't have to, so the mailman wouldn't have to go off into a community. There would just be this bank of mailboxes all side by side, just sitting there completely unattended. And I'm just out there. I pulled a mailbox out of the ground. I pulled the whole mailbox post and all out of the ground, and I'm using it like a gigantic hammer to hit the other mailboxes, just like one after another. I mean,
that sounds fun, man. I wish I would have
mailbox
more
genocide.
It was so much fun.
Was.
Like if only Raja Jackson had used his rage for this instead of what he ended up doing.
Kyle was BB, and those mailboxes were children. And
it was so much, and I remember we went to Home Depot one time, and I was like looking at the mailboxes, and I'm like, ooh, that one's $40. We took out a lot of them that looked like that. And then like the regular ones are like $12. Like, oh, this is adding up to a lot of money if we ever get caught, you know, but I always had that in my head. Like if we get caught, like, what are they going to do? Make us work all summer, like, or something to earn back this money? You know, we're teenagers. Like they're not going to send us to prison.
Deliver the mail, maybe.
Great. Yeah, I mean, I'd be down with that too. I was willing to do whatever they were.
He was a mailbox enthusiast.
Clearly,
don't throw me in the briar patch.
Or
I would do it now. I remember the last time I did it when I was a little too old to do it, and we like I had been away in Atlanta, and I came back home, and I'm like, "Hey Scott, you want to hit him up for old time's sake?" He's like, "Man, I ain't done that in forever. Let's go." And we're like 19 or 20, like riding around hitting, and I was just like, I think we might be too old for this, man. He's like, yeah, I think we need to cut it out too.
I think we'll go to big boy jail if we get caught.
yeah. I think there was a couple times when like people would take off after us, like we'd hit a mailbox and they were in their yard like chilling, and you could see them start sprinting toward their vehicle, and like because they're gonna chase us, and that just made it so much more fun. Like now it's a chase. Now I get to drive recklessly.
Man, I never did any major vandal stuff. What pops in my head is like an example of the most egregious littering and like public disregard for safety I can remember, which is when I think it was after my first year of college, or maybe halfway through that. I was home for winter break or something, and this guy I went to high school, who's a couple of years younger than us, and people liked him because his family was literally the richest family I've ever known in my entire life by orders of magnitude. Like his house had a guest house that was like a 4-bed, 4-bath guest house. He had a gigantic pool, the biggest hot tub I've ever seen. He had 2 tennis courts. As
did
if
his house have pillars?
It was the biggest fucking house. It was crazy. And so he would throw
it was normal.
No, he definitely leaned on people. He's the same guy who he had season tickets to the Blues from his dad. And me and him and a couple other people went to a Blues game once, and he parked in like an area where I was like, we can't fucking park here. It was like a cops only area. And he was like, I don't care. I'll just show him the card. And I'm like, what card? And I guess he had a card that was like, my father donates bananas amounts of money to the police union. And so like we parked, got out, and like there are cops already side-eyeing us. And he just walked up and was like, showed them this card. And they were like, oh, you guys enjoy the game. It's going to be a great. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. The amount of access this guy can buy. But it was after a party at his house. And he, for some reason, the next morning was like, it was only a few of us left and we were going to go get Chick-fil-A or something like that. And he was like, I have to throw away all the glass bottles and everything, or the maid will see it and she'll tell my dad that we were like being bad and drinking and everything. And I was like, okay, I guess that might make sense, but there's cocaine on your table. Like there's still like, what the fuck, like the level, whatever. And so he like put all these glass bottles in like a giant black trash bag. And then he was driving me and two of our other buddies in his car to Chick-fil-A. And I was like, why did he bring a giant black trash bag of glass bottles in the car? Like, why not just throw? You think your dad, your like borderline billionaire dad, is going to be checking the garbage? Like, why would you do this? And then we were just on a public road, and he was like, "Time to get rid of it." And he just took this bag and pushed it out the window. I could like hear the like shattering of hundreds of bottles, and like the two people in the back were kind of his
feelings on bicycle.
You're like, my fingerprints are on those.
The two people in the back were kind of his like goon friends who were always there for him no matter what. You are
a prospective goon,
and I didn't know them. I didn't know this side of them very well, and I was just like, oh, Jesus. Like, what are we just threw. And I remember sitting there as he's like, what are you going to get from Chick-fil-A, Taylor? Because he had like a very like vocal fry voice. And I was just like, oh man, spicy chicken. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, why did we do that? There were so many available options that didn't involve throwing 100 empty Bud Light bottles to be glass. And then like on the way back from Chick-fil-A, we like see some like public service person like having to scoop all this shit up because it's like out of a car at 48 miles an hour or whatever on that road. And so it's a huge amount of space now. It's not just like a pile of shattered bottles. It's a ton of it. So I don't know what that guy's up to now. He comes from so much money, and I didn't know until I was like an adult. It was like, how did your dad like make that much money? Like I think he was like a 9-figure level wealth guy when I knew him, and I think now he might be like, his dad might be a real billionaire. Yeah. And it was junk mail.
What?
He is the junk mail guy. All the fucking horse shit you get in your mailbox is facilitated through his service. All the nonsense, all the horse shit. Like, he made hundreds of millions of dollars annoying people.
One of the wealthier people I know, I've talked about him before, but he made all his money on those alternative phone books. You know, like
yeah.
You guys might be young for this, but it's like the Yellow Pages that everyone knew, but like the Donnelly directory and the other like unnamed ones, they were better phone books. At least that was the idea. You know, they had color. The phone book divisions, like which towns it covered, was based on where the utility lines were. But maybe if you think about your own town, there are different like road dividers that form like informal, like this is as far as I go before I shop. I never cross Route 64 or whatever that is. These train tracks might form a kind of divider in your town that the utility lines don't respect, but the phone books get it right. At least the alternative ones. This thing, my story doesn't hang with your guys, but when I was 17, the first year you can drive in New Jersey, we had a real knack, a talent for timing the traffic lights in Ocean City, New Jersey. And we would use this power for bad. And it'd be like, ooh, that thing like just turned green. So we go like 17 and a 25 for the next 4 blocks. We'll make the yellow light and fuck this guy behind us. So we did that all the time. People would be like frustrated. They'd flip us the high beams. And then when the yellow light caught them, they knew what the scoop was. We've been fucking with them for 4 blocks to make them catch a red light. Until one time, this dude, I'm going to call him like a 38-year-old man, kind of fittish, ran the red light and then just starts getting aggressive with us. He's pulling in front of us. Now he's going slow. He's alphaing us. And it was me and my friend. And we thought we were like tough 17-year-olds. He's like 5'0". Until that was tested. And now we're both like, I don't want to. And the guy even pulls up. He's like doing one of these deals to see if we wanted to fight. And I'm like, no, I really don't want to.
We thought it would be funny. I'm sorry.
This is a variation of the tomato guy that chased me.
Right? Yeah, I have a snowball story like it was that you could have told it. It was so similar. And in the end, he kind of we got to another red light. We got stopped at a red light, and he got out of his car like to walk to ours. So I just drove elsewhere while he was on foot. And that's where the story ends. My friend was like, I don't know. I feel like we were kind of pussies. Should we have like fought him, taken our beating? And I'm like, nah, I think I made the right call.
Yeah, you 100% made the right call. Not letting some 38-year-old beat you to death.
Right? Go all Raja Jackson on it.
Yeah.
In the moment, it feels bad making those decisions, but like in the long term, you made the right call. I had a moment in a bar. I'm like 23 at this point, and I don't know what got through me, but like I got aggressive that night, and I'm not a fighter. Like I don't know how to fucking fight, but I got into it with this guy, and we started yapping at each other. Clear hockey bro, because he was very good at insults. They're usually very good at that. And I had no comeback. I had no fucking comeback to his really witty insults. So I was like, all right, let's fucking go. He's like, all right, let's fucking go. I'm like, oh no.
No. He was hoping it would go this way.
So and this is like close to like the middle of the dance floor. I grab his hat and I throw it across the bar. And I was like, please go for it. Please go find your hat. Please go find your hat. So he's like, I'll be right back. Goes find his hat. And I fucking dart out of there. I'm like, I'm not getting in this. Goodbye.
That was
I hit no masses.
That's a high IQ maneuver, because otherwise he would have, if he was a hockey guy, he would have like pulled your shirt over your head and then punching you in the face. Yeah. No, you don't want that.
No, I'm so glad he went for his hat.
With a guy who's wanting a fight,
dude. I remember it. I felt like Jason Bourne. I threw his hat. He went for it. I took off my sweater and I threw it to the side, so that now I had a different shirt. So now it's blending with the masses and started dancing.
You're quickly shaving.
So I felt like a giant bitch in the moment. I think I was, but I made the right call.
He comes back up to you. You're like, no, I get that all the time. I look like lots of people.
I'm not going to fight unless I know I can win. We're not about to like put our dukes up at this bar.
I was 100% going to lose.
I've seen too many YouTube videos. No, like you.